For today's video, I picked a story about the important things in life, how to create a meaningful life. For many of us, there's so much going on. We get very busy and feel that there is not enough time for everything. This is an invitation to pause and reflect on what's truly important to you. And are you actually focusing on these things? Are you making room for them in your life? This story is timeless. It's a metaphor. Many of us use these days at the end of the year to look back on the past year and envision what's ahead, and perhaps make plans and prepare for it. May this story inspire you to reflect on your personal priorities and make room for them in the upcoming year, the next month, the next week, every day. This story appears in many forms. Its original source is unknown. Sit back and enjoy. A philosophy professor stood before his class with some items on the table in front of him. When the class began, wordlessly he picked up a very large and empty mayonnaise jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks about 2 inches 5 centimeters in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was. So the professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly. The pebbles, of course, rolled into the open areas between the rocks. He then asked the students again if the jar was full. They agreed that yes, it was. The professor picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand filled up the remaining open areas of the jar. He then asked once more if the jar was full. The students responded with a unanimous yes. Now, said the professor, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The rocks are the important things. Your family, your partner, your health, your children, things that if everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, your car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you put the sand into the jar first, he continued, there's no room for the pebbles or the rocks. The same goes for your life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are important to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Play with your children. Take your partner out dancing. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house, give a dinner party or fix the disposal. Take care of the rocks first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities. The rest is just sand. What are the rocks in your life? The things that are most important to you. And what are the pebbles? Things that matter, things that give your life meaning, but they are not so critical for you to have a meaningful life. And they often come and go. And also look at the sand, the small stuff that often fills your day, but doesn't mean much to your life as a whole. If you spend all your time on the small and insignificant things, you won't have room for the things that are actually important. So, take care of the rocks first. Identify the things that are essential for your well-being and happiness, and make them a priority. and know that the pebbles and the sand, the smaller issues, will still fall into place. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this story, please share this video with your friends. For more inspirational videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. It's my pleasure to support you on your journey of personal growth and creating a life that's truly fulfilling. Sending you love.